Do you know what I mean? I feel like you're gonna understand this, like, as soon as it starts happening in your life, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, yes, I remember her talking about this, because things are just going to feel different. How you create, how you make yourself visible or put yourself out there, how you show up in the world, the opportunities that are coming to you, everything is going to start feeling very different than how it felt in the past. You're not doing things to try to prove yourself even to yourself anymore. There's something about you seeing yourself in a different light right now, or you're beginning to see what you're truly capable of. You're beginning to see that you have a potential that is genuinely limitless. And now that you see that about yourself, it's like causing you to believe in yourself even deeper, which is making your energy so magnetic. I really feel like a lot of you guys, you're gonna have opportunities that feel like they just come in out of nowhere, and you're more ready than you think you are. And it's almost like I'm seeing someone doing a lot of things scared in this next season of their life. Like, maybe you could be called to public speaking, because I'm seeing someone holding a microphone on a stage or something. Or, you know, you're reading something that you wrote, or I don't know, I'm seeing a lot right now, but I feel like there's something about you. I don't know why I'm getting the vibe of like putting something that you cherish on display. Does that make sense? Or like having something that you really poured your heart and soul into, and having that vulnerable moment of being like, okay, I'm gonna put this piece of myself out into the world. And again, it's this energy of, I actually don't care how it's received. I feel like a lot of you guys have completely detached from any external validation. You're not doing things anymore to see what people think about it, or to even see, like, maybe if I do this thing and I get this reaction that I want to get, it'll serve me in some way, and then I'll start believing in myself. You guys have shifted out of that energy completely. You're starting to validate yourself from within. And again, if you've been here for the last few videos, we've been talking so much about this identity shift that you've been going through. So I'm really getting this vibe right now that I'm speaking to a completely different person. Your energy has shifted in so many ways, and it's opening up opportunities that are aligning with this version of you now. And that's why it's so important to allow yourself the opportunity to do things scared. Even if your voice trembles, even if you don't normally like, I'm hearing like being on camera for some people, or you know, maybe you have a performance to do, or maybe you have this like business idea that you want to pitch to someone or whatever. Maybe all of these things, maybe all of these things are extremely out of your comfort zone, but the thing is, your identity shifted, your comfort zone has shifted as well. You don't have the same comfort zone that you once had, right? And I feel like you've been, and this is still an active process that you're probably going through, of like programming yourself to really be in this new energy that you're in, but this new version of you does not feel attached to that same comfort zone. I feel like there's a part of you that's like, you could be scared, truly, for all of these things that you can sense are right around the corner. But at the same time, I feel like there's a part inside of you that's like, I don't know why that's the image I'm seeing, like, yeah, this is our time.
I try to remember how she was.
You know, it's like there's this little piece inside of you that's like, I've been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting my whole life for this moment. You know, it's like you've just been, it's like I'm seeing inside of you, there's just this part of your soul that's just been like, I don't know why I'm seeing them in like a bird cage almost, and like ripping the bars open and breaking free from that bitch. Literally, you're refusing to dim your light anymore, and you're refusing to, I don't know why I'm hearing like not be as confident as in yourself as you know you are. And I feel like there's a huge difference between confidence and arrogance. And maybe you had a fear in the past of like you didn't want to come off a certain way or whatever, but you're showing up like you know your value. And because of that, people are going to start respecting you differently. People are going to start treating you differently. People are going to say, I see this person and they're pitching this thing. They clearly believe in themselves. So it makes other people believe in you also. How people treat us ultimately is how we treat ourselves. So you starting to see yourself from this different perspective of like, no, I am a boss and I'm capable of doing things. I'm capable of, you know, doing this performance or doing this presentation or pitching myself to this company, or I'm capable of it. People are gonna notice that like fire under your booty.
Used to think nothing
You
was
know,
colder
it
than
becomes,
that.
and
Now
that
I
is
know
like
different.
magnetic. I remember listening to this podcast once. I'm probably gonna butcher this, but it was something like this guy pitched to this podcast, and he literally said in the email like, oh gosh, I wish I knew exactly what it was because I don't want to mess up his words, but he said something along the lines of, I'm reaching out because I know that I deserve to be having a conversation with you, or I'm meant to be in conversation with you, and I also know that this is about to be the biggest year of my life and my career, and I'm an up-and-coming artist or up-and-coming author or whatever. I can't remember what he was. And he said something along the lines of, if you don't want this opportunity, like, I'll have a lot of other people waiting for me to catch something that's about to blow up, you know? And this literally got him that podcast interview, because
There's a right side
some
and a
people might
wrong
read that
side
and be
to
like,
discuss.
dang, that person's got a lot of ego, thinking they can, you know, talk to me like this or whatever, think so highly of themselves or whatever. But the guy who had the podcast, he was intrigued by it. He was like, oh, wait, this guy's talking like he knows he's the next big thing, and why do I kind of believe him? Why do I kind of feel like I should get on top of this, or I should invest in this? You know what I mean? So when you begin to see yourself in that light and you see the value that is you feel like people, you haven't, confirmation, you've invested in yourself, so now you're like, you're programmed to feel as a soul like, why wouldn't anyone want to invest in you? You know, why wouldn't these opportunities come flooding towards you? All I know is, whoever you are, there are things in your life that are gaining momentum that are about to skyrocket in a way that you've been preparing for. I'm almost seeing someone like, I'm seeing someone get dressed up right now. I don't know why I'm seeing like a fancy suit. You're like, if you're male or female, it doesn't matter. I'm seeing like, I don't know, somebody in like a fancy suit, you know, and like dressed up. And they got their little bag, like, I don't know why it's giving me like a lawyer vibe or something. They got their bag. Do they know that they have a client? Absolutely not. They have nobody lined up. They have no opportunities that they're aware of, you know, waiting for them. But for some reason, they're deciding to get dressed up, to have their bag ready, and to stand at this door, and they're just waiting at that door. And all of a sudden, that door swings open. That's the energy that I'm getting from you, especially at this time when you're watching this video. You're prepared. You've been prepared, especially these last few months. You've been in this deep like integration energy where I feel like you uncovered this new version of yourself, and you've really had to let it marinate. And also, it's been this energy of like exhaustion and depletion, and also making peace with that in so many ways, and learning how to feel like you're enough even when you're doing nothing, especially when you're doing nothing, like feeling enough just in your existence. So that has been happening at such a deep internal level that while that has been going on, your soul's been in the background of your life and inside of your vessel, preparing you, preparing your mental, preparing your, how you see yourself, your vision. Things are being prepared that you can't even put into words yet. It's just something that's happening at a deep soul level because you're ready. And I feel like a lot of doors are going to start swinging open all at once. It's like, it's going to happen in such a domino effect where I really feel like a lot of you guys, it's going to be one thing after the next. And again, this is not in a way that feels that old energy of being so overly burdened by everything and carrying the weight of so many things on your back and being responsible for so many things. this does not feel like that energy. I'm not getting that vibe, but this feels like I'm listening to my heart and I'm following what my heart is telling me, and my heart wants a lot right now. That's what this feels like. It's like you've always known you were meant for more. You've always known you were meant to show up in a bigger way, or have a greater impact, or to put yourself out in the world, to put pieces of your soul, whether it be your art or your businesses that you want to run, or whatever it might be for you, however it applies to you. I feel like I'm speaking to someone who has always known you're meant to leave something here. What's that Beyonce song? I Was Here. Go listen to the lyrics of that. You're meant to leave your mark. You're meant to leave something here, and I feel like you felt that your entire life. And it's like, now is the time. Now things are starting to build up in a way that actually feels aligned. You could notice right now, maybe you're into a call to like sobriety, or there's this energy, and there goes the motherfucking lights. There's this energy of being called to being more grounded and being in a state of clarity more. It's like I feel like you're just doing things differently, and this is how you'll know this message is for you. You're doing things differently already right now in your normal everyday life. And they could be small things, what you see as small, little mundane things that are starting to compile, right? That you're already starting to do now, different ways that you're showing up. Maybe you're changing your diet around. Maybe you're, waking up a little bit earlier, or you're looking after your body more, or maybe you're writing again. I just heard that for someone. I don't know. There's so many things that it could be for you guys. But I feel like already you're starting to see the trickle of this into your life right now, and you're starting to show up differently. And it's almost as if you're unaware of some big orchestration, some big plan that is about to be a whole lot of doors opening at the same time, and you're suited up. All of these doors open, you're not laying down, laying dormant, waiting around. No, you're prepared for this, and you're prepared for what is actually aligned with you. And you have enough discernment at this point to know what is truly aligned with you and what is not aligned with you. Okay? I'm gonna leave this one at that, but I feel like whoever you are, your career is about to skyrocket. It's about to pop off. This is like, and I will make another video maybe about like the abundance side of it, but again, that doesn't even feel like a huge factor in all of this, because this feels so heart-led that you will always be provided for and always taken care of. And that's that, I could sit here and tell you you're gonna have so much abundance and prosperity and all of that, and you probably will, if I'm being real honest. But again, it doesn't feel like that's what's driving you right now. Your heart is driving you. You want more for yourself, and you want to gain something of yourself that means something. Okay? 2121 as I'm ending this. Passion there, but that just came through for a reason for some reason. I love you so much. I will talk to you very soon.
I've always fought the black mist. Never thought I'd be married to the
Confirmation dryer, okay? Whoever you are, all I was getting is you are walking the destined path. You somehow, some way have stumbled across your destined path. I don't know what it is you've been doing recently, but I feel like you're sinking more into who you really are, and you're allowing yourself to show up as who you are in this present moment versus who you've been in the past. I feel like whoever you are, you're not putting yourself out into the world as the sum of what you've been through anymore. That's really strong coming through. It's like maybe in the past, how you presented yourself, it was almost as if you were moving on autopilot, and it was like the sum of everything that you experienced created this identity for who you were. That has completely been dismantled. You've been in a season of dismantling, shedding away everything that's not serving you, and I feel like this has been a super uncomfortable process. So you could hear a message like this right now and be like, am I walking my destined path? Are things gonna work out as well as she's saying they're gonna work out? Yes. The answer is yes. And actually, I feel like things are going to work out even better than you could have ever imagined because you have stumbled across your destined path. Whoever you are, there's something about you needing to accept the fact that your life is meant to be different. Your life is meant to look different. You're meant to live a life that is unique and tailored specifically for you. So I feel like it's almost giving the energy of like it's nonsensical
No place for feelings in this land.
to compare your path to anyone else on this planet, because whoever you are the trailblazer. You are the person that is a natural leader. You have this essence about you that people want to, I'm hearing the word copy, but not in a way of like, I think it's a beautiful thing. It's a compliment when you really sit with it. It's like people are inspired by you. People look up to you. You have a way of, you have a persuasive energy is what I'm getting as well. I'm getting a lot of like siren energy. You have a way of seducing. Ooh, seducing the universe, seducing life. I feel like you're in a season right now where your feminine energy, whether you're masculine or feminine, your energy is very soft, it's open, it's receptive right now, and that is making you extremely alluring. But beyond just alluring, it's making you have the ability to seduce life right now. And I feel like, again, we've been on this path as a collective where things don't have to be, gosh, how can I word this? Use your discernment when you hear this, but it's like you don't have to constantly be setting the intention for this energy to happen. It's just what's happening naturally as a byproduct of your existence right now. So you could be in a season of your life where a lot of bigger questions are coming up at this time, like what do you actually want? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? What do you have to let go of? What do you have to part ways from? I feel like especially just energetically right now, we have a new moon coming up. It's like the final shedding process of this snake year. This is a timeless message, but whenever you find this video, you are in the last legs of shedding a life that no longer serves you. And it served you up until this point, right? It served you to be in those relationships or to work that job or to pursue the things you were pursuing. It did serve you, but it's gotten to the point now where I feel like you're expanding beyond your environment is what I'm getting, or you're expanding beyond the life that you've built for yourself, which is the life that you built for a previous identity of you. And now you're in this period where I feel like you're starting to figure out who you really are. But again, it's this experimental phase that you're in right now. It doesn't feel like anything is really set in stone. And you could have a lot of questions coming up like, who am I? What do I actually want? Again, it's giving very much those existential life questions that are starting to surface at this time. But I'm getting a message right now of like, just remaining curious and remaining open to this energy. I don't feel like this is a time where, and again, use your discernment when you hear these words, because maybe you are at a point in your life where you feel like you're meant to kind of flip your entire life upside down. For a lot of you guys, I think that it's just meant to spark some sort of curiosity within you at this time. A curiosity of, who am I becoming, and what is a life that is going to fit the version of me that is becoming, or the version of me that I'm stepping into. I feel like a lot of you guys are showing up as this new you, or you're in the process of it. If there were things that were holding you back in the past, like maybe you felt like you were a shy person, or you were an introverted person, or all of these things that you're realizing don't really fit with you anymore. I feel like a lot of you guys are having to step outside of your comfort zone, and I resonate with this so hard in my life right now as well. It's like the universe is pulling you out of the old life. It's not serving you anymore. It served you up until this point. That's coming through really. My camera just randomly shut off there, so I feel like that also has to do with this message of like, there's this halt that's happening in your life right now. You're being taken out of one existence and brought into another. Even if right now this is just happening on an energetic level, it's like you're actively being prepared. You're in a season where I feel like you're sitting in this, I'm hearing the word containment or confinement. You could notice right now that your energy is wanting to be pulled back from a lot of people, or You might be more called to keep to yourself in a lot of ways. You could feel overstimulated when you're out in public is what I'm getting also, or just overstimulated easily being around other people. And I feel like that's because, like I was saying like a couple messages ago, there's an initiation happening deep inside your bones. Whoever you are, you're being activated at a cellular level. And I feel like you were put in this very specific container or like space right now. I don't know. I feel like this is almost like I'm hearing a temporary holding cell. Not that this is a holding cell, but it's like a temporary space where your energy is being upgraded and being up leveled. You're crossing some sort of threshold is what I'm getting. You're crossing a threshold into a different way of being. And you know what? I feel like this energy, it almost could feel like a double-edged sword or a little bit bittersweet. Because it's like, on one hand, you're experiencing that awakening and that knowing that there's so much more for you out there. There's a whole different side of life that you've had a taste of. I feel like ever since you have been able to taste a different way of living or a different way of being, or even just having this vision in your mind for what you know your life could be and what you know you could experience on a daily basis, it's almost like that left a sour taste in your mouth as well. I'm just getting this bittersweet energy because it's like, on the one hand, that sounds so exciting and exhilarating, and you know, as I'm saying this, whoever you are, you know that you're more than capable of creating this life and achieving this life that you have this vision of, right? You know you can do it. It's not a question of can you do it or can you not do it. It's more what's stopping you from doing it. And I feel like you could be going through a lot of realizations and breakthroughs at this time of your life. I'm hearing the word breakthrough really strong. So you could be in a season where you're having a lot of epiphanies on things that are just not serving you anymore, on ways that you might be still holding yourself back, or ways that you might be keeping yourself complacent. So again, it feels like kind of this wake-up call energy that feels bittersweet. Because it's like you've gotten to taste a different side of life or a different experience, and now it's like your palate is, it's like your palate has been attuned to a specific flavor of life. This is the message that I'm getting. Your palate has been attuned to a different flavor of life. And now that it's like refined, you have this refined palate. Ooh, I like this. Food could be important. You could be a foodie. You could love food. You could love to cook. But it's like your palate has been refined. And now that it's operating from that space, you can't go back to eating, you know, whatever it was you were eating before. It's like you could try to go back and justify things and exist in the same life that you were existing in and keep up with the same friendships or keep up with the same faces is what I'm hearing, or like, you know what I mean? Exist in the same way that you were in the past, but you're not going to be satiated. And I feel like that's where this breakthrough is coming through. But I'm also getting this energy that it's coming through in like a soft way, or it wants to be received in a soft way. I feel like your spirit guides and your angels right now are reminding you that you're not meant to be overwhelmed by this, even though I know it can feel extremely overwhelming. This